Welcome to the annual video, everyone. I don't even remember how to do a fucking voiceover. I've stumbled over my words about 5 times and restarted. But yeah, so we'll be due for another video in 2023 if we keep up this pace. So that's not too bad upload frequency. Um, I think I'm still beating Candido back in the day. But yeah, I'm a little out of touch with YouTube right now. I want to give a shout out to Tony at Starbucks because I was talking to him last week, and he knows I had a YouTube or have a YouTube channel, and he was watching a couple of the videos, and he's like, I like this content. I think he's into some of the larger women too, but that's another story for another day. He was like, I really like the videos, I like the content. Why don't you post anymore? And I was like, you know what? I don't really know. That's a good question. Like, I love YouTube and I love interacting with anyone who watches these videos like that. I love it. It was like if I don't have the time or situation to go all in with it, then I feel like there's no point. But he's like, yeah, why don't you just, post even once a month or once every other week? And I was like, yeah, you know what? That could be doable. There was definitely a time when I got tired of making videos and didn't have much motivation to do so. And I think that's mainly because I got away from the reason why I started making videos in the first place. And that was because I love training and I loved watching other people's training content. That's why I started making videos in the first place. But I think I just got a little too focused on content, views, that kind of thing, as opposed to just loving the training aspect of it and what the content is focused around. Actually, I can think of a couple other bigger plus size reasons, if you will, but I digress. I think really falling in love with training again, I know that sounds kind of cliche, but falling in love with training again led me to a better place physically, got in way better shape, like started eating better again with the, limited cut down Arby's from 7 days a week to, 6.5. Since I also started and found jiu-jitsu about 11 months ago in December of 2021, I think that kind of kick-started me back to a better lifestyle in terms of, very consistent workout schedule, consistent diet. Anyone else who trains can attest to the fact that it has a way of silently bleeding into other aspects of your life without you even really knowing or making that conscious of an effort. And I think that's what makes it such a unique hobby, sport, however you participate in it, is the way is how big of an impact it kind of has. Not to mention, obviously, the physical effects it has. Like when I started December 2021, less than a year ago, I was, I think, 218 pounds to be exact. And then I didn't weigh myself or anything or even focus too much on appearance. I was lifting consistently, but I was very focused with just the jiu-jitsu. And I stepped on the scale again in I think it was April. So that's what is that? 4 months later, and it was like 185 was what the scale. I was like, I stepped on the scale like 2 more times. I was like, what the fuck? Do I have this in kilos or something? But it was just so, I was like, wow, I've never actually been this lean before. So I was a little bit of a shock. I didn't, it kind of happened before I even knew it. So I thought that was kind of funny and just really a testament to what consistency and sticking to a routine can do. It can yield some pretty big results. Like I didn't change anything with my diet for the most part from that December to April. Obviously, the variable was the cardio that changed. That grappling cardio, anyone who's ever done it knows how different and specific and tough it is. That little bit of added structure throughout the week definitely helped a lot. Like, I started in December training about 4 or 5 times a week jiu-jitsu, and then have continued that schedule to present day. And then that, along with just more consistent eating patterns and sticking to my lifting routine of like 4 or 5 days a week. Very flexible, whatever. Some weeks have been different. I've kind of enjoyed this, like, as you're going to see in this throughout this video, more high rep, a lot of variation, a lot of machines, just that kind of workout I've really started to enjoy. And these were the kind of workouts that I was doing when I first, if you go all the way back to when I first started my channel, before I even knew what powerlifting was, or maybe I just learned what powerlifting was back in like 2014, it was more, the workouts looked very similar to this. But I think just going back to those lifestyle changes, putting those all together and staying consistent and just finding a way to enjoy it almost definitely led to way better results than I've ever gotten in the past on any fad diets, keto, or anything like that, both mentally and physically. I think I went a solid 6 years without even a semblance of a pump. I may have gotten something going downstairs one time. That's a story for a different day, different website, possibly a jail cell. That was a good workout. I ended up spending a lot of time there. It was one of those workouts where you kind of lose control of the time. Those are usually the best ones. But that gym had kind of like a Mount Vernon barbell feel if you just substituted orange for green. Or, yeah, orange for green. So it was pretty good. It had all those old school machines, had that good T-bar row. But funny story, in the background, I think, hopefully you saw in one of those videos, I haven't watched back the footage, but was the old school bodybuilder, I shouldn't call him old, he's not old at all, but Dennis James. First time I was in Phoenix about 9 years ago, right when I first started this YouTube channel, I saw him at Metroflex Phoenix and took a picture with him. I'll try to find that picture, flash it on the screen. So it's kind of funny how things come full circle like that.